Harmonizing the major scales with fourths and fifths is pretty straightforward, and this is because the notes line up with the diatonic nature of our major scale. When we go to harmonize in thirds, it's not quite as easy. We're going to have to add a little bit of information in there, making this a very important sort of observation. So we're going to actually make a new form of the major scale that we can exploit. We're going to use basically two forms of the major scale. Our first one is just going to be our C, D, E, F, G, A, and of course the B, C. Now we've been ignoring the B, C, but we need it now. And the new form of the major scale that we're going to build uses the C and the D, but it recognizes that the E is also repeated here. We would go F, G, A, and the A is repeated here. So our new form of the major scale is going to look like this. It's going to go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So we've got sort of two forms of the major scale that are sitting in almost the exact same place, but it's going to let us do the harmonization in a way that makes it a little bit more transparent. So here's the example. If I start with C and I want to harmonize with my third, I certainly can't come all the way up here, so I'm going to use that second form of the major scale. So there's our harmonization of our C and our E. But when I go to the D, well, the natural note using the same third shape just isn't diatonic. It's not part of our major scale. So we have to come back one fret. Okay, and that gives us our flat third. So we have our normal major third, but when we move to the D, we have to use the minor third, and that's also true when we get to the E. Now you notice we're using the E position of the first major scale in order to just make things simple. When I come down to our F and our A are going to be together, and when I do our G, it's going to be with our B note. Remember, the B is part of our major scale, diatonic scale, and when I come up to our final form, that's the A, we're going to be back to that minor shape again. So this minor harmonization of those first six notes is a little bit more intricate, a little bit more involved to understand, but it plays an important role because this is the first time we've actually come back and said, oh, not only are there a major scale, but some of our harmonizations are going to introduce this idea of a minor form.